Hello, and welcome to yet another week of the Poetry Group podcast. My name is D'Artagnan Solis, and I am your host. I'm here with my co-host, the one, the only, Jeremiah Griffin. Jeremiah, how you doing?
What it do? I'm tight.
Jeremiah is
Tight.
feeling it this morning. His headphones delayed us, but we're back. We were not going to be stopped for yet another week. So, Jeremiah, what's new? How you doing?
Shit, I just got my hair retwisted yesterday, so I'm chilling. Apparently, the manager wasn't telling me, but he was like, "Oh yeah, that black boy looks shaggy." Um,
Dang.
but that's not why I got my hair retwisted. I was just tired of what I had going on.
But people told you afterwards.
Yeah, so my coworkers wanted to go out and shit. Like one of my coworkers, she was like, "Yeah, yada yada yada," said yada yada yada, and I was like, "That's crazy. Why didn't they just tell me?" And
Body,
then it
yada,
was just
yada.
completely silent. It's like, okay. But my coworker has now taken me out twice and
Nice.
paid for anything I wanted. So hopefully this isn't going to turn into something that makes me feel deified.
Oh, the coworker is a male.
Yeah. But it wasn't just me. It's me and a female coworker also.
Oh, maybe he's just trying to stunt in front of the female coworker. Maybe you're safe.
Possibly. Possibly.
Say
Possibly.
he got it like that. But
Right.
without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our lineup for the day. Today we are going to go over.
Hell no, bro. I veto that. What's new with you?
People want to know. Um, I've been knee deep, maybe even elbow deep, in work and school. It's been busy. I did get into this new card game called Union Arena. It's just a bunch of different anime IPs that are owned by Bandai, or not owned
Mm,
by Bandai, but they have like the licensing rights for, and
mm,
they all get thrown into this one thing. So the animes that are in the game right now are Hunter x Hunter and Bleach, both of which like I did not. I watched the first episode of Bleach and I watched like maybe the first season of Hunter x Hunter. So I'm
mm.
playing this Bleach deck with their Nazis.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know who any of the characters are, but I'm having a good time. It's even funnier since I don't know any of the characters. There's all these people that are like super offended because like I'll win the game and I'm like I don't even know who that nigga was, but he's good, and they're like, nah, he's a bitch in the anime. I hate that guy, and I'm like, yo, he's great on my team right now. Go Nazis.
Right.
Um,
Right. Go Nazis.
yeah, so,
You
yeah,
know the
you couldn't. They
vibes.
couldn't give me that power. They were like, oh yeah, they're just a bunch of Nazis. I think they're called like the Stern Ritters, but like they're very clearly inspired by the Nazis is what I was told. So uh yeah, they gave me that power and I'm just gonna make Nazi joke after Nazi joke every game I'm playing. Like my team got the gas, bro. Uh
Damn.
so that's pretty much what's to do with me. School, work, new card game. I'm gonna keep collecting dubs. We got the schedule for today we're gonna go into is we're gonna go over telephone with 408 Darwin. We're going to get in Let Me Love You by Lisa Marie, Cupid Shuffle by Matt Capone, and Powerful Words from Ciara Chantelle. Then we will get into everyone's favorite segment of the podcast where we write a poetry prompt for 10 minutes. We're going to waste some 10 minutes, filling in 10 minutes that we're writing the poetry prompt. And then we'll get into our closing statements and any bloopers or side discussions will get tossed at the end. Hope you guys enjoy the ride. Let's go ahead and get started. Dun, 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 dun. So this first one is let's play a game of telephone 408 Darwin. It comes from a rap song, but I just thought like when I seen this like this is cold as hell. Like I'm gonna let it play, but it still gets me hyped.
So let's play a game of telephone. Pass around the message, you get messy if you say it wrong. Start with a I don't fuck with these niggas. And it's turned into a Darwin said it's beef with y'all niggas. Yeah, start with a I don't got no love for these bitches. And it's turned into a Darwin just a player, he be tripping.
All right, Jeremiah, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was creative, especially because it's like it's exactly what it is, like a game of telephone.
Yeah, no,
But
I
you don't know if it's like because someone did that shit on purpose or just grew to be what it is.
yeah,
Excuse me.
you're good. And I agree with it. And what's funny is I hear like I never have ever used a reference to a game of telephone in my real life, but it is super super relatable when he puts the examples in. When he said like, I don't really fuck with these niggas. He's like, and then it turned into Darwin said it's beef with you niggas. Like he's like, yeah,
Right.
I was just didn't fuck with them. Like I wasn't trying to be around them or nothing. But now I got problems.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, the second one I was like, in my opinion, bad reference. He said I don't really fuck with these bitches, and it's like Dar's just a player. And he tripping. I those aren't that far off from each other. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
In my opinion. So what was that? If this is Far Away Darwin, I think this is his own. In my opinion, the only song that I fucks with. It's called Click. If you guys want to check it out. The rest of the song is just not my cup of tea, but you guys might like it. So go check out Far Away Darwin. Next, we're going to get into Lisa Marie. I shouldn't say it like that. All right. So, Let Me Love You. This is a
Yeah.
poem about getting people to open up. She's just asking her partner to open up so she can love not the mask that you wear in public, but what's underneath, right? So, anything you want to comment on that subject before we get in?
Nah.
All right, let's get into it.
Give me the opportunity to provide you with the wants and the needs, not obligated out of a space of having to, but wanting to, because the woman in me cannot settle with a minimal type of love. Let me do my part for you. Perhaps in my distress and my busy moments, I forgot how hard it is to toil in environments that aren't conducive to your mental functions, and coming home got to be your safety, so I apologize if I didn't make you feel safe. Let me pray for you. What I recognize is a soul that needs reverence in the very places where the spirit needs additional spiritual meshing and prayerful capacities. A woman who prays is a woman who has the power to bless you. To love means to hold, to provide you with what you may lack and what you may need in the very spaces that perhaps you cannot see. If I be the half, then we be the whole, culminating, combining our halves to completion. Let me see you. Not just the man you show the world, but the one behind the guarded walls and silent sighs. Let me understand your unspoken words, your silent battles, and the dreams you carry so close to your heart. I want to know every part of you, even the pieces that the world haven't seen yet. Let me stand by you. When the weight of the world is too heavy to bear alone, lean on me. Let my strength be yours when you're weary, and let my love be the compass that guides you when you're lost. I don't wish to lead or follow, but to walk beside you, stride for stride, heart for heart. Let me uplift you. In your moments of doubt, when you question your worth or the path that you've chosen, I'll be there to remind you of the greatness within you, to whisper that you are enough, even when the world tells you otherwise, to remind you that you are seen, valued, and loved beyond measure. Let me be your peace, the kind of peace that quiets your mind and soothes your spirit. I want to create a space within the heart where you can rest, where the chaos of the outside world fades, and all that remains is love, pure, unwavering, and unconditional. Let me celebrate you, not just for what you do, but for who you are, for your kindness, for your resilience, your strength in the face of struggle. I want to honor the journey that you walked, the battles that you fought, and the courage it takes to wake up and face another day as a Black man. Let me be the woman who sees you in your entirety, the good, the flawed, the aspiring, and the real. Let me be the one who cherishes you, not for the person you think you have to be, but for the man that you are at your core. I want to be you and love you in the spaces where you feel the most vulnerable, to hold you up when you are falling, and to remind you that together we are unbreakable. So let us build a love that doesn't settle for the ordinary, a love that reaches beyond the surface into the depths of who we are, a love that grows stronger with every struggle, every triumph, and every quiet moment shared between you and I. If I be the half, then truly you and I be the whole. bound by something greater than ourselves, a love that transforms, uplifts, and forever heals the whole.
Join Google Fi Wireless.
All right, all right. So, what are your thoughts on Lisa Marie's "Let Me Love You"?
I think Lisa Marie is. Let me see her
I'm
again.
gonna pull her back up.
She looks so young, but I feel like it's the wisdom and experience of an older woman who's like been in multiple relationships, and I think it makes sense. Like I see, based on her words, I see her as someone who took the time to understand what a relationship is really like
Mm-hmm.
meant to be
Definitely.
and what her role is in said relationship.
But
Um,
you commented she looks so young. Also, like black women, bro. She probably 40.
that's what I was thinking because I was gonna say it sounds to me like she's in her 40s, but
She's.
looking at her, I don't know if she looked 40 to me.
I could see 40 if someone told me.
Yeah, that's true.
If someone told me,
But
it wouldn't have been my guess.
if she did this poem and then asked me, I would say, yeah, you're like 40.
Have been context clues.
Yeah. But I think too, it's like it's an interesting thing because I think of like those poems that like men write about being a man, and then other men are like, yeah, like that's exactly it. Or it's like, oh, like I didn't really see it that way, but I can I can take it more into consideration because you're a man and you know what men go through, and I feel like this is that for women.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm not a woman, so I don't know exactly, but it just seems to me like one of those types of messages like it's okay to be a good partner, and this could be what it means to be a good partner for your man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with this one, I definitely believe well, first, let's get the actual poetry out the way. I believe this one was definitely carried by the cadence and the message. And there's not a ton of poetic acrobatics going on in here. Then there is a bit of contradiction as she's like, open up, be vulnerable, let me love that weakest side of you. But then when she talks about worshiping, she's like, and I'll worship you, she's talking about being brave and facing struggles and like
Yeah.
all of the other right. There's no reference to that weak side, that she doesn't want to worship that weak side. So I did find that to be a bit contradictory, but I also find that to be truth telling, in that I I'm sure they exist. I'm sure they exist. I'm not a all women this, all women that type of person. But through my life experience, I have yet to meet or date. I have yet to date a woman that actually wants you to open up. You know what I mean? Like they say it because that's what they're told to say. It's like the politically correct thing to do. But what women are attracted to in me is the fact that I don't care. The fact that I get up, I don't get shook by problems. I don't let things rattle me. Everything's got to get done. Rent's due every day. I face everything without fear. But that's me acting. That's what they see, right? I don't allow my emotions to get the best of me. I don't break down. There's this strong sense of provider and protection. And I think by opening up in every relationship I've ever been in, that sense of provider protection like lessens. And I don't know if that's because I am like very flamboyant, goofy, so maybe I'm already like on the line. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Mm.
But it's definitely like interesting to hear someone write a whole poem about this, and for like to have never experienced that side of people. Maybe I'm in the wrong relationships. That could also be a problem. But I've definitely like interrogated, not like seriously interrogated, but playfully interrogated and like had partners tell me like, no, yeah, you're extremely less attractive if you when you these past couple weeks where you've been vulnerable. And I'm like, yeah, I thought so. So I'll just go back to not telling you about that. Thanks. Thoughts?
See, I can agree, but I also think like what what makes what they're attracted to is the mental fortitude. And I do also think it depends on what you're opening up about. And I sometimes do think it depends on the woman. So like in my opinion, so like for example with this woman, the reason why I would believe she's in her 40s and she's been through relationships is because I feel like she's experienced these things, and usually what's a common behavior is that like you throw it back in his face. It's like he opens up, you like it in that moment, but then later it's like, you're a bitch because I can hurt you. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the mental fortitude and like something that women are attracted to, but I also think men are attracted to, and not necessarily in women, just like people. It's that I cannot hurt you. You can't be defeated. Like I can't bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe when you open up, it just shows more like you're being vulnerable. So it just shows like, oh, you can be hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He is mortal. He bleeds.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's so much the opening up in itself, or if it's like what you're opening up about, but it's like what weaknesses you're showing, I think.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I ugly cry.
That's probably gonna do it, bro.
Yeah, dude, you can't ugly cry in front of a girl.
I just don't cry in front of them for the most part.
Oh, okay. So see, you're in the same boat.
100%. But like, I get like the opposite issue where they're like, "Oh, you don't care about anything." Like, well, I guess it's not the opposite issue, but it's like you don't care about nothing. Like, you never like really show anything. Do you even give a fuck? But they stay, and it's like, yes, I just say yes. And if I really have a like serious issue, there are two friends that I'll go to about it. But I won't cry. I cry like twice a year by myself.
I think I'm in that same boat. I used to just be very open about like I'd do it. People would be like, "You cry? Like, do guys cry?" I'm like, probably not, but like I do. I
Mm,
if I feel like I got to do it. But I also was like very much like living at my parents' house, spending a lot of time in my room. Just like if I need to let that shit out, I let that shit out. But I don't really do that anymore. And I also think let this just be a message from me out to like any woman listening to this. If you're trying to keep your partnership strong, if you don't allow your partner the place to really just let that shit out when they're gonna let that shit out, what they're doing is they're gonna bottle that up, and now you need a vent, right? So that vent may be video games, that vent may be for them going out with their friends, that vent may be this, that, the other. So if you're not letting them open up and be who they are, and you want them to be this strong provider, protector all the time, you can't be mad when they're trying to be other places, because as a guy, it's just easier to be somewhere where you don't have to put those walls up, And I believe she touched on that very well in the poem where she was talking about being the peace. Like peace doesn't always mean not nagging, Peace, because you're not at peace if you have to act like someone else. You're already
mm,
you're already doing something. You're already doing too much.
makes sense.
I think we hit that out the park.
Good job, women. I love you guys.
Yeah, no, keep it up, keep it up. I do also think that's probably why guys look for women that are like their mom, because they probably were able to be more themselves around their mom. Well, their mom's seen every aspect of them.
Yeah, possibly, or it's just what they're used to.
Yeah. All right, so we have Cupid Shuffle by Matt Capone. I've never heard this poem. I just like Matt Capone and it showed up on my feed, so I was like, here we go. Let's see what he has to say. Any thoughts?
Not yet.
All right, let's get it.
So I forgot to tell you I love you. And not because I don't love you, but because I show you every day. And I know you want to hear from time to time, so I figured I'd show you in different ways. See, I just want to spend my nights with you and wake up with you the next day. And even after the noon, I want to be your evening sunset when the sky's colors change. I want to look into your eyes and see a plan. And not just any plan, but the type of plan that we both end up with rings on our hands. Long walks on the beach without toes imprinting the sand. I want to show you I love you like that couple that used to fuss at Brother Man on the 5th floor. Like, I want to listen to the rain with you. Like, really build and maintain with you. And if anything changes you, I want to be that thing that changed in you. Like, I want to be your best friend. You know, the one you call up, gossip, and confide in. And even when we're beefing, you don't call your friends and lie to them. I want to be what you want me to be, and not just the want to be, but I want to be that feeling when you're listening to Donnell Jones where I want to be. I mean, you know that tingling feeling when you riding to work. I want you to focus on me like you riding to her. See, if love was a pizza delivery guy, I'd order 2 toppings of honesty and communication alongside some bomb-ass wings and french fries. A 2-liter Sprite because my thirst for you needs to be quenched. I know I used to be a player, but love, I needed to be benched. And you coaching me through my insecurities. We a team with championships, and you're the real MVP. And now every dude envies me because his WCW became my WCE. See, her yeses and her nos were on a need-to-know basis. Love faces when she's ready for me to usher her into changing places. See, this ain't no ordinary love, so I figured I Sade it with my tongue so she knows the meaning of a smooth operator. Kissing and scratching, soft sides to the way her body's reacting lets me know that we're in sync and there's no tearing up my heart when I'm with you, just piecing and patching. See, the most beautiful thing about her is that she loved with no regrets. And she would get hurt and decide to love again, and she would do it so effortless. I mean, I've literally seen women stress over being cheated on by their ex and leave him and treat him like he doesn't even exist. I mean, let's be honest, we all got to get an over, period. But a sentence isn't a sentence unless you add a period. And hurt people, period. But you got to take a chance on love because being hurt and staying hurt is different. I've seen people love serious. I've even seen people fake being in love because they didn't want to be single, period. I used to think loving someone meant perfection in a person, but you got to judge them by their flaws to see if they're even worth it. And never tilt your crown, queen, even if the frontals on your bundles ain't permanent. But the respect that you demand from that man, make that man earn it. And I know giving yourself to someone unapologetically can take its toll, but you got to make that man pay the meter because if he doesn't, you send a ticket to his address because there's no easy path to where love can go. I mean, you got to call a spade because if you draw your heart, you might lose that card. That's how the deck gets played. And if you feel like you got to submit, make sure that guy you're with is worth sticking around with because if he doesn't provide you mentally, what's the point of sticking around for the bullshit? And I know being lonely can get lonely, but what's the point of being lonely in a relationship, struggling to be happy with someone just to end up hating them? I mean, you got a better chance on getting on Christian Mingle and finding an atheist. See, look, I know why Erykah Badu told her dude to call Tyrone because there was no elevation, and she got tired of staring out her window seat at other people's relations, and she didn't want to go on and on with the times of wasting, so maybe in another lifetime. Poem.
Oh,
Paul.
I get a good shot of him. There we go. He's mid action. Thoughts?
All right, so I kind of jotted some of mine down. I think in the beginning, what he was describing to me is like more of that new feeling of love.
Mm-hmm.
It's new. I think that's a version of love that's difficult to maintain. And for me, like being like wanting so much and to be almost like her everything, her rock. I think that's an idea that many men have when they become the family man
Mm-hmm.
archetype.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I think like having been in multiple relationships where I feel like they're close, or having been in a relationship where I feel like we were everything for each other. Now that idea for me is suffocating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I more so want a relationship where I can have space and be my own person, which to me is like currently it's just being single. But so I find that interesting because I have found that like most men that I talk to, like at the end of the day, that is what they want. Like I've met like, like real gangsters like Ben.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, what they want is to be that rock for their woman and their family,
Yep.
which I
Yep.
feel like is what he described very much in the beginning. And then kind of like the last poem, I see this as a more mature-ish version of a man. Like he's seen and experienced a bunch of things. Maybe not as, I don't want to say old, but maybe not as old, but relatively as experienced.
Nah, he also 40.
Um, uh, for like to be able to see both sides like that, you know, and then like how he said like he used to be a player, but now it's basically he's like looking to be a lover boy. It seems,
Hmm.
um, based on like what he experienced or what he's seen, he like understands different things now. But I also think about like something that women have to deal with because like the way he speaks, I think toward the second half to the end, it's like I feel like giving women game like that makes them feel attracted to you and like they can trust you and like you can be that rock for them.
Hmm.
But then it gives you that choice of what you're gonna do. So it's like he can either be the version of a man that he described in the very beginning or the version that he said he's seen towards the middle. But it's like the ball is now in his court.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what I got from it. Those are my thoughts.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now, I think you nailed on the message there. Just to talk about some poetry aspects. I do like that he when he introduced a sentence and a sentence without a period. Because then it just lent itself to the flow for the rest of the time. There was tons of repetition with that period, but also there were certain lines where it didn't feel like it would comfortably rhyme, but being able to end it with period when he needed to throughout the poem kept the flow going really nicely. That was a really cool aspect. I did like the metaphor. He said, "Honey, I used to be a player, but I had to get benched." That was good. I had to take him out the game, bruh. and
Probably right.
and his cadence, his delivery, Matt Capone is up there, right up there with Rudy Francisco. I put as someone who sometimes I found myself just blanking out and just experiencing the delivery, and I wasn't really analyzing the words as they were coming out. But I had to remind myself to lock back in because we were going to talk about it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But his delivery is A1, definitely S tier delivery up there. Back to the message of the poem. I think I had no idea what this poem was going to be about, so I think it's really fitting that we did the Lisa Marie one and then this one with it. I think it shows both sides of what it means to lock down in a relationship, right? What it means, as you said earlier, from a guy's perspective, we're like, yeah, that's what it is, and a girl's perspective will be completely different. Hers is like, open up, talk to me, let me be a part of that, and his was, chill out, let me take care of you, you know.
Yeah.
And I think those are two very different sides of the coin, but somehow we still manage to coexist with each other. So those are things I wanted to highlight in there. I did get a surprise. There's a comment where I do got to go back and do a poetry breakdown of last week's poem. So I guess I'll offer up another poetry breakdown, but I want y'all in the comments to go ahead and let me know. Do you guys want Lisa Marie or Matt Capone or our next poet, Ciara Chantelle? Do you have anything else to say on Matt Capone before we head off?
No, but I think it's interesting the three poems we chose.
Are all about relationships?
We're about to find out with this last one.
All right, so Jeremiah did bring Ciara Chantelle. To pique Jeremiah's interest, it has to be at least an 8.5 out of 10 or higher, or else he's just blind to it. He's like he's like a what's the word? Like a misogynist, but for poetry. Except it's not misogynistic at all, because it does not guy or girl. It just looks. What's that? What's the term for that? Is there a term for someone that only cares about looks? Shallow. He's shallow for poetry, but that shit deep as fuck.
I mean, yeah, I'm practically a contradiction, bro.
Walking
But if
contradiction.
this is the poem I remember it to be, I think it's great. Motherfucker moved me.
This channel only has 21 subscribers, so like, let's go ahead and if you guys are seeing this, YM, I hope that there's more poetry content. Go ahead and check out YM, and let's get their subscriber count up. Let's help them out. They have 195 likes though. God damn, what the hell?
The poem is good, bro.
All right, let's get it.
All your homies expect you to do well, but ain't nobody really checking on your mental health, including yourself. What a shame the games we play to maintain our status in the Hunger Games. And you keep turning your personal hurdles into a rabbit and a turtle race. How's the chase going, knowing you're the only one that's playing? Super Saiyan is an understatement when this kind of transformation requires space. Stop letting everyone into your space, giving them a place to lie their burdens. Your sanity is malnourished because you're too busy serving sympathy to everyone else but your own psyche. And now you might be less likely to save the world if you're too busy fighting divine timing by disguising those wounds you have yet to heal. How does it feel knowing that a thief can come and steal your peace because your lack of boundaries gave them permission? You're just a gift that keeps on giving, a Santa Claus with no Christmas in return. No excuse should excuse you from not putting yourself first. What, you scared of your past or something? What, you scared your friends gonna laugh or something? Cause what you feel is what you attract. So if you assume or consume the idea that you're lacking, that's exactly what you'll be waking up and having. Absence for breakfast. You're a habitual skeptic, and a visual paradox being the culprit in question, but you keep looking for someone else to blame. You keep looking for someone else to explain why equivalent exchange don't apply to you, why your peace of mind won't reconcile with you. God complex with no God inside of you, but you want your disciples to decipher you? How apathetic. Playing the victim when your pain is self-inflicted. How passive-aggressive. And now the Joker's been afraid of the hand he's been dealt with. How unimpressive. I declare war on your intentions, on those excuses, because they don't sound absolute, only half true-ish. See, you've been using your childhood traumas as daily mantras and have the nerve to look at karma as if she's doing something wrong, as if she's the problem. All right.
Okay. I guess I had you go first on the other one, so I will.
Oh, had to say it for it, man.
Had to. I'll go first here since you went first on my two. With Ciara Chantelle. One, her wordplay is amazing. And there's a lot of internal rhyme as well as the end rhyme. Internal rhyme, for those of us who don't know, is what makes it sound like it gives you that cadence. It's a lot of why Eminem's rap sound is as complex as it does, and it is a complex thing to make the internal portions of your lines rhyme with the internal portions of the next line. She did that a lot in here. She was basically, this is a poem calling Jeremiah on his bullshit.
Hey, yo.
We know the way you wrote these gaslighting poems. We on to you.
I'm tight as fuck, that's all.
And
It's not trauma, it's choice.
Gee, dang, my voice. What happened? Let me get some water.
What's wrong with you? Because you were telling all them lies about me, that's why.
It took my voice, bro. Ursula. All right. That didn't help at all. So she really just came out and very, in a way that I would feel like if you calmly walk up to someone as you're breaking up with them, you know, and just like ask them, like, do you think that the way that you're acting is productive, right? And she just walked kind of down everything that is kind of stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get out of this cycle. You need, essentially, again, a woman saying you need to open up, and that's on the pedestal in the beginning when she's like, what do you think your friend's gonna laugh at you? And then like, wow, like this poem's really good. There's a lot I want to say because she uses that in the beginning, right? Like, why won't you be better? Essentially, right? I'm shortening out everything, but why won't you be better? You think people are gonna laugh at you? You think that these things are gonna happen? And then goes on to like the second part of that, almost like a parent talking to you, where, well, these are the things that are happening right now. So if you think things are fine, they're not. And to not dive take up too much of your time. That's what I want to say on it. You want to go ahead?
I mean, I'd agree. I feel like, well, I think part of the reason I really like the poem is one because I feel like the style in which she speaks, like I love intrinsic rhymes. It's like my favorite type of rhyme, or intrinsic slash internal. It's my favorite kind of rhyme. Um, and then also, I feel like that's my approach to when I speak to people about serious topics. It's like being direct and super blunt without making it feel so aggressive, but the impact of aggression is still there. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
she decided not to hold back, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, I also think that this is almost kind of like, it's kind of like, I feel like a combination of the two, like the previous two poems, right? The one I feel like was like the role of the woman, the second was like the role of the man. But this is like, to me, the role of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be for either the woman or the man, but the less mature one. So I felt like it was more mature before, and like she is speaking to the immature person, the immature partner, the immature like human, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have work to do, and this is the work that should be done.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if not, this is what's going to continue to happen, and the choice is yours. You know,
You gotta go in the choice.
um,
Can't hold hands.
right? And I think that's just like that's most of my thoughts on the poem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, great poem. Guys, go vote for this one for the poetry breakdown. I want to see a lot of Ciara Chantelle.
I was gonna say this is the one, but oh, I will say too, the music, the background music that was added in, I like and I don't like.
It's
So I feel
cool
like it adds to and
when it
takes
was
away.
low, but when it was loud as hell,
Yeah, it's like come on, bro, chill out.
you couldn't edit that out, bro. YM, you
No,
couldn't edit that out.
I think they edited it in.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't edit out the loud part and
Oh right, I see.
just leave it with the snaps. The snaps were fine.
Right,
All right. So I think it's only
Shorty
fitting
was snapping.
that
That's my little baby.
our poetry prompt for this week be what is a relationship?
Fuck. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Just do your best, dog. Just write another gaslighting poem.
What is a relationship?
What is a relationship?
I'm trying to pull out a classic. Hit them with a Google definition.
Ooh, yeah, we do love doing that here. Time of 10 minutes. Pause, reset. Share this tab. Full screen that. Oof.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop her off. I'm gonna drop him off, and I'm gonna drop her off so my tabs are clean. All right, sir. I'm about to mute myself. Anything you want to tell the audience
Once
before we
again,
get? So, hello from the future. My name is D'Artagnan Solis. I'm here with my co-host Jeremiah Griffin. I am Jonas Rex, and I'm here with my co-host at J2Beastie. We have 10 minutes on the clock while we are writing about relationships. So the future us is going to go ahead and go back and look at the previous video. Previous video didn't do so good. Only got 26 views. I think it has something to do with us not being in everybody's weekly cycle. You know, like we took a week off.
yeah.
A little tough. I really liked the thumbnail. Maybe y'all weren't fucking with the thumbnail. I'll go back to the old thumbnails. Is that what you need? But we did get 11 comments, so we appreciate you.
Is that what you need?
Is that what you need?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue. I can't see.
Oh, good thing I can just click here. We learned something new.
Nice.
So I got 36 views, 6 days. Not our best performing video, but we still gonna be here nonetheless. We ain't giving it up. We have 11 comments. So shout out to JSO6233 for running up the comment section. Looking to engage in the comments this week, so I did reply to a couple. We could Jesus, gotta learn how to talk. Read the first one. Love that concept of foresight and hindsight. Jeremiah, that's at you. What do you gotta say?
Actually, thank you. Because I did think it was, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. So to be acknowledged feels great. Um, and quite honestly, Jay, so I love you. Like, you're always here. You never left. You're so loyal, and I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, JSO6233.
That's all I have to say.
JSO6233 says, I believe this is the JSO show. We got one not JSO comment. So
That's
all
it,
of
Jay,
these,
so show.
the JSO show. So glad y'all are back. And you know what? I'm glad I'm back too. I needed this on my Sunday mornings.
All right. Really sets the tone for the day.
Put me in a good mood. JSO6233 fighting X's 2. Oh, fighting times
Yeah,
times
too.
2, meaning I enjoy both poems. All right, so we found the answer to that mystery.
Was it a mystery?
I didn't know what it meant, so it's a mystery to me.
The answer was right next to it the whole time.
No, she went and commented this new one to explain our confusion on the previous comment section.
Oh, then I'm confused her. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Oh no. I want to see the breakdown on that poem. There we go. That's all I needed. I just needed one, so I'll be getting to work. So in Stand and Deliver, the movie that I talked about last week, I've never actually seen that movie, for a fact. I only see South Park, and I had some people tell me what it was stealing from. So I was wrong when I said it's this white boy teacher. It's actually a Mexican American teacher. But everything else I said was correct.
Get your shit straight next time.
Dude, you know I'm about to lie on this podcast again. I do it. I do it weekly.
I'm the only honest one here.
Only honest one here is the gaslighter. I don't know how I feel about that. Love vampires. So that's your Castlevania recommendation. Another anime that I'm recommending to anyone who wants to get into anime is Housing Complex C. It's only 4 episodes. It is on Max, and it's off the chains. I enjoyed it. The first 3 episodes set up for a very big finish. So it does feel like a Studio Ghibli movie. Like it's just a long anime movie.
Did you say off the chains?
It is off the chains, bro. Oh, are we not allowed to say that anymore? Is that not DEI for me to say off the chains because it's probably referring to slavery?
I don't even know what DEI is, but I've never heard chains only off the chain.
No, like they have multiple chains on this thing, bro, and it still broke free.
That's crazy.
Another short anime. Yeah, so Housing Complex C. Little girl lives in a housing complex, and there's this race war essentially about to happen in the complex because these people from the Middle East move into a Japanese housing complex, and there's religious problems and stuff. It was really, really good. I recommend sitting and trying to watch all 4 episodes straight because I took a little break after episode 3. Like, I'll come back for the finale, and after that I was like, dang, I wish I just watched this all the way through. It's so good. Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Do you know what that's in reference to?
I don't even remember last week's poems.
I don't either. Sorry, J-So, I don't know what Spider-Man and Mary Jane means.
10 years into the future.
10 years.
Red diary entry of you 10 years into the future.
Dang.
I didn't say anything about Spider-Man and Mary Jane, so maybe you did. We gotta have better memory.
You're the memory guy.
There's no way I've been the memory guy.
You have been.
That's crazy. At work every day, I tell everybody my memory shit.
That's you gaslighting them so they don't ask you to remember shit.
I'm too good.
Sounded victimish, the poem Jeremiah read. And so again, they think you're the victim, to which I had to get down in this comment section and say, this man is not a victim. We can't keep letting him get away with this.
Makes me think of Goku, like against Frieza. He said, I won't let you get away with this. I just think that maybe I am the victim and you're just hating.
I'm not hating. I
feel like that might be what's happening.
I'm the that, you know, in like every movie there's the one guy who knows the truth but no one believes him.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, no, he's evil, and no one believes me.
Fairy godparents.
Fairies.
That's you, Mr. Crocker.
Nah, I don't want to be Mr. Crocker.
You're Jonas Crocker, the only one who knows.
Oh, damn. I'm the only one who knows and no one believes me. That's tough. That's like what was that movie? Don't Look Up. Did you watch that movie?
Nah, I'm not from New York.
I see.
I am from New York. But Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. But I don't know about Mary Jane. I don't feel like I ever referenced Mary Jane. It had to be you.
I Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, but I don't know why I would reference Mary Jane either. But while we're here,
Had to be in your phone.
one of our guests was supposed to be Constant Light. He ended up ghosting the pod. I'm sure he's busy doing his thing. But I'll still shout out his work. You guys want to go check out Constant Light. I hope he's doing well. Hope something terrible didn't happen.
I like the way that sounds.
When I said I hope something terrible didn't happen?
I pack my bags with this food for thought. I don't need a map, but I'll send you my location just to show you where I'm at. I'm just floating through your city, cop a book and bend a corner. I might need to run it back like I flipped and hit my quota. Couple racks in my pocket, I ain't even hit my max. But that PR so insane, I call the desk and said relax. I'ma ask if you need to know why we getting tags. I did hear that information, don't go push it to the back. Give me that, if you feel me, you deserving all that back. That the service in the kitchen got me hypochondriac. I'm a spaz, I'ma spark the loop, bet I run it back. If you stack, reinvest it, double up, you get it back. Yo, I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it. I pack my bags with this food for thought. Better make it last. All this fruit that's in abundance, you gon' need a plot of land. Overstand what you gotta do. Started with the plan in your hands is the blueprint. Just amended with the sands. In a trance, I got tunnel vision, living to advance. Thinking for yourself and do for others, you expand. Yo, pick and choose your words and see you earn just where you stand. Learning how to learn, got 19 keys up in my hands.
Is there 50 seconds of outro?
I was gonna say, he has another verse.
I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it back. I just do what I do, then run it. I pay my bags with this food for thought. Better make it last. All this fruit that's in abundance, you gon' need a plot of land. Overstand what you gotta do. Started with the plans in your hands is the blueprint. Just a minute with the sands.
Did you see that Anderson Burris battles the source?
I didn't, but there was something I was about to say, and I don't remember what it is now because you started pulling up Anderson Burris.
Yeah, we got like 30 seconds. I might be able to find the short.
Don't ask why he's scared to.
Where are the shorts? Oh god, I got 20 seconds though. Where's the source?
Talk about Sparking Zero, bro.
I think it's lit. What do you think? Oh, here's a good one.
I read Ireland is 1% black, which is surprising to see, because my DNA test said I'm 2% African. This entire country is whiter than me. You say America is racist, and we've done some disgusting stuff, but Ireland's just golf courses and white people. It's not a country, it's a country club. You're so perfect and progressive. You talk with all this vanity, like I'm not problematic because no one's ever canceled me. Your country's 1% black. That changes things substantially. You can't brag that you're not racist if you never get the chance to be.
Bruh. I don't know what relationships are. I'm going first. I don't care what you have to say.
I didn't finish mine, but all right.
Mine finished like literally at the last second.
All right. So I'll let you present.
Then. I already forgot the whole poem.
I don't remember mine either. Let's get it.
Sound like me fucking switch. All right, cool. What is a relationship? I Googled it. The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. There are many types of relationships. The one I have on my PlayStation I would describe as love. I clean it, care for it, make time for it, and protect it. Treat my PlayStation with respect. I wash my hands before using my controller. I make sure that everything remains as it was when I first left the box. I cherish the time I have with it. I understand that at any given moment, I may lose it to a house fire. Maybe someone will come and, when I'm not around, turn it on and play it. Maybe they'll take it. I understand the value in it and why someone would want it. Such is life, right? I could go buy another. It won't have the same memory as the last, and I'd have to start every game over. Maybe that's a good thing. To me, that's half the fun. Creating memory, making saves. Maybe that's why I still have my last three PlayStations. I don't want to let go of the memories, the saves. Why should I leave them if they haven't left me? I've always had great relationships with my PlayStations. Some have let me down when they stop working and show the red screen. I've never led them less for it. I never will. A relationship is something you value through the ups and downs, the lefts and rights, the squares and circles, the X's and triangles. A relationship is something I have on my PlayStation. Fuck Xbox though.
Yo, bro, what the hell? That was hella good.
I didn't feel like it was that good, bro.
The personification of PlayStations is crazy.
I love my PlayStation, bro.
I get that, but like the idea that someone like myself is gonna read that and like be like, the PlayStation's a woman. It's not. I know it's not. I know you're actually talking about your PlayStation, but subjectively speaking, in the world of poetry, someone's gonna read that and be like, he was talking about a woman. He was talking about many women.
Many women.
Wish
Many,
death
many, many,
upon.
many women. Wish sex on me.
Oh shit.
Well, shit. I appreciate that.
No, as you're talking about the saves and the memories and like losing those, and I don't want to let those go. Like that's the human nature of like losing a relationship, and it's like, dang, like I got to start all over on the new PlayStation. But like that's also part of the excitement, right? That's like some people like leave their long relationships because they're like, oh, I want to be single again, because they miss like that excitement of creating new saves and like beating games for the first time. Like that was good. What the hell?
I know somebody like that.
It's you. It's you. Oh, weak. Let me get my poem out the way. Damn. I wish
I don't know, bro. I thought you were gonna take the relationship one over.
I mean, it's good.
That's a lot of words, bro.
I'm just wowed by that. That's such a good concept. Like I'm jealous I didn't come up with it. You know?
Yeah.
That's good. All right, what is a relationship? And I didn't even finish this. I might have to finish it this week.
All right.
I love superhero movies. I love how otherworldly they become. I love that they're idolized. I love that the heroes in the movies get to be celebrities to their people as they provide something that cannot be found in the DNA of a regular person. And because I'm not a regular person, I'm trying to find a way constantly to be a celebrity in your life as I protect you from everything like a superhero in a movie. But I'm not a hero because I need this. I needed you to save me from behaving like a teen boy who just learned that shaving was necessary to keep the peach fuzz clean. I needed you to save me from behaving like a gorilla let loose in a mall. I'm on a rampage looking for love in a house of cards, but I'm only tearing the hearts. I needed you to save me from myself because I believed unlovable was an adjective that could be tattooed on every groove within my brain, but the artist would be confused because it was already there from the start. You let me be a hero and take care of you. When you hold me tighter because you're scared, you validate that I'm really someone worth being scared of. You let me be a man in all the ways society told me not to. I used to think I needed a place to open up, a safe space, but what I needed was you to turn me into a safe, and only you have the key to my insides. Love is this hot topic in my life. It is my favorite place to be, but with the way I obsessed over it, people would think I was 16. My baby Cupid never took his first steps from birth. He started flying and took way too many arrows to the range, so he never had good aim but kept firing just the same. So I don't know what love is supposed to be. I doubt it is a feeling because I love you, and 90% of the time I still feel alone. I think it is a mindset, a choice, a lifestyle. I love you. And I can measure it empirically through sobriety and my mannerisms, through future plans and niceties, and timer.
God damn. Nah, I'm so glad you went second. I feel like your poem is more poemy.
More poemy. I did dig it. Dude, your whole poem is poemy. When PlayStations are women, like everything is a metaphor.
But yeah, but like it don't sound as poemy as your poem sounds. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
The rhyme and the repetition.
I was in my bag on this one. I was trying.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to start hating on you real soon.
Let it fly.
Well, nah, like I don't know. I just feel like it's pretty solid. It takes a concept of being in a relationship, being a man, and then going from, I guess, like a boyish, a boyish obsession of love, and it never changing. However, the outcome being different.
Hmm.
I like that rap. Hey yo, no Diddy, bruh. But I like the experience. You know, the journey you took us through in terms of like describing like physical things, like holding you tighter because you're someone to be scared of. That's what you
Yeah,
said, right?
yeah.
And it's like,
You validate that I really can be someone worth being scared of.
yeah. And I think that's like for both. Well, I've seen it both ways. It's like she's holding you to protect her because something else should be scared of you.
Hmm.
But then it's like she's holding you because she's afraid to lose you because she loves you. It's the way I looked at it.
Oh,
Like
okay. I didn't even see
in
that. I
two
didn't know I was
senses.
like that.
But that's how I see it. Because like you
Definitely.
said, it's subjective to the reader, right? It's
Yeah.
like,
I'm glad you got my original message because the one thing I say with poetry when I teach poetry is if you have a message, like a message you intended to get across and nobody got that message, you can't be like, oh, well, poetry's subjective. Like, no, you did a bad job communicating your message, you know? So the fact that you got the message but also got more from it, I'm like, yeah, poetry is subjective, but you did also get the message that I was trying to convey.
yeah. Because you were specific enough, but also vague enough. When you hold me tighter because you're scared, and you don't say what she's scared of.
Right, right, right.
You just continue on to say that you're worth being scared of. And then also like how it validates you as a man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm.
I think in both ways. That might be my favorite line.
Interesting.
Um,
My
but then
favorite
I
lines
also
was this gorilla one and this one. I don't know how many people caught this on the
because you're
initial read through,
racist.
but like Hot Topic, like the store.
Hmm.
Yeah, so there's this hot topic in my life. It's my favorite place to be. But the way I assessed over it, people would think I was 16. That was my favorite line because towards the end, I was like, "Yo, bars!" Like,
Yeah, I didn't catch it as hot topic as the store. I didn't think of that.
it was there's that, and then the gorilla one, I was like, "This is just like your natural like." I gotta say something
Oh,
about breaking hearts. Like,
yeah, I really liked the tearing the only the hearts. That's
mm,
true. I did really like that part. Um, oh, well, I actually kind of like that whole stanza. I just think like to me it painted a picture. Like I could see it. You know what I mean? Almost like I guess like how it'd be in a cartoon, like when they're having like hallucinations.
and all kinds of shit's just
It's
happening.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're just like this fucking rampaging ape, like, you know, breaking shit in the mall, but it like zooms out, you're in a house of cards and you're only like jumping through the hearts and
Yep.
they're disappearing. You know, there's holes in every heart.
Yep.
And then also the same concept of like it's just your brain, like or a brain, and literally in the grooves, it just what was it, unlovable?
Unlovable. Yeah.
And it's like there's an artist with a paintbrush, and they just look like looking around, like, bruh, I can't
I can't write
paint it.
anything.
It's
Yeah.
already painted. Yeah, it's already here, bro. Thanks for the free money, though.
Wow, no, you really got the
Um,
image I was trying to convey there. Because my initial thought was like a tattoo artist, like a Hannibal Lecter style scene when they're like about to like
mm,
tattoo and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like it's already here. But
yeah, I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I can't get jiggy.
Um, there was one more thing I wanted to say. I don't remember.
Did you want to call me a freaky ass nigga for this line?
That's what it was. I was gonna say I wasn't. That's one of the things. There was something else, but it's like I wasn't gonna say you're a freak ass nigga. I was gonna say, um, but what I needed was you to turn me into a safe, and only you have the key to my insides. Made me uncomfortable for maybe about 3 seconds. 3 seconds sounds long, but
That 3 seconds is
I
long
was
enough for
like,
you to
"Hey,
not get the
yo,
hot
what
topic
the
line.
fuck?" Yeah, but that's how I was like, "Hey, yo, why she got the key to your insides for?" Because it was the same, like it was almost like that same journey. It's like I see the safe, and then it's like the key opens up, but the safe is just like your torso,
And it's like
and
my
I
heart
like
and
that.
my stomach and shit. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's
That's
like
what I
what
was
the
aiming
fuck?
for. I was like, I don't want it. My thing was like if I were to write this to a woman, I'd be like, I turn our love into a safe and I am the only one that had the key to your insides. And it's like, wow, like horny, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, if I say that about
Horny.
me, are people gonna think that she's pegging me?
Nah, I didn't see it as like
Yeah. So
pegging.
like, I'm glad
I
you
just
got
seen it
like
as like your
the heart,
torso
the stomach,
was
the liver, like the
essentially the lockbox.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, glad you
I just
got
didn't
that.
like it.
It was yeah, it's still
I just didn't
gross,
like
but
it.
like I was worried that people were gonna take it like that she was getting inside me, and I was like, fuck, 10 minutes on the clock, I gotta keep moving.
I mean, low key, she is, but just not in no freaky ass way.
Not no freaky ass nigga way.
But I would dare argue that that's freakier.
I mean, if you're into that.
Not a sexual thing, just someone having access to your insides and feelings and shit.
I mean,
Some freaky ass
my
shit.
thought process behind that, and it might not like be the first thing people think about is if you let someone into your life like that, and like you guys move in together, you guys are in love. At any point when you're sleeping, she could cut you open.
That's true. That's kind of like I like to say this, except I don't know how much I've truly experienced it, but I kind of like that feeling of, damn, this bitch might stab me in my sleep. Fuck it though, I'm gonna just have to trust her and then go to sleep. That's kind of fun to me.
I might plug this side story at the end.
Oh, bro. I don't know. I really liked your poem.
This
I
is
know
a
we
fun
already
one.
closed it, but yeah, I think this actually went over a lot better than I thought it was going to.
The relationship poems.
Yeah,
No, yours is a banger, bro. As soon as I finish, I'm like, that is such a great concept. I wish I thought of it first.
I appreciate that. It's because, like, of course, the PlayStation were women, and it's funny because the number of PlayStations and the number of X's are the same. However, when I think about like shit, like like when I think about like, oh, like what's your most prized possession or what do you love or um the house was gonna burn down, I always think of my PlayStation first. I always think of my PlayStation first. And then there's like, if you like could save anything in your house, what would it be? The answer is always my PlayStation.
I believe it. I believe it. I think what's understated because everybody's like, oh, it's just a game, but like the amount of time someone has to put into these games,
That's what I'm
it,
saying.
like to accomplish things, it's extremely deflating if a save gets corrupted. I put
You're right.
even if it's like I put 8 hours into unlocking all these characters, the idea of going and putting those 8 hours into unlock them again is fucking daunting.
Right. And I agree. Which is why, like, on a separate note, I think some of my relationships I've stayed in as long as I did.
Because you're
Because,
like,
like,
I
bruh,
don't want to start this over.
yeah, starting over is crazy. Do you know how many hours I put into this?
Damn. That's from the moment y'all become partners to
Yeah, because it's like, bro,
you're
I
never
don't
off the
know. But then
clock.
it's exactly. I think that's what it is like now, too. Like, this is obviously like separate conversation, so I won't like say too much, but it's like that's what it is now, too, where it's like, bruh, I don't want to go put all these hours in and then have to start over, but my favorite part is putting the hours in.
And you like putting the hour. It's like going through the orientation at a new job, bro. You're getting paid to fucking do nothing.
Yeah.
Then
Every time.
once they actually start putting you to work, this shit sucks.
Yeah, it's like, hey, bro, this ain't what I signed up for.
Why can't I go back and do the sexual harassment training again?
Right.
Y'all pay me 8 hours to do that on the first day. Why can't you pay me 8 hours?
Right. I could do this every single day. You see, I'm good at it.
I'm so weak. You see, I'm good at it. It's crazy. Oh, I haven't. Not only do I complete the training, I also have not sexually harassed a single person.
Right. I haven't sexually harassed a single person since I've been out of the seat.
Holy shit! So our last.
But to be sure, good.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to be sure, put me back in the seat.
Put me back in the seat just in case. All right. Well, that's the end of that. I think it's time to get into the closing statements.
The closing statements.
Yep. What is your closing statement for this week?
My closing statement for this. Well, first, I'm gonna give a summary of my goals. Last week, I knocked out, I think, all of my goals except reading, bro. Reading is kicking my ass. But I encourage everyone to find a difficult yet achievable goal for every day and hold yourself to it.
Drop your goals in the comment section.
Drop your goals in the comment section. I think I hurt my lower back, or this is the pain everybody talks about you get from lifting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure. It's not clear to me which one it is, but yeah, go do that shit. Play Sparking Zero. If you haven't, then I don't know what to tell you. I love my PlayStation. That's all I got. Those are my closing statements.
Hell yeah. And my closing statement, bro, is I hope that all of you guys get some banana bread at fucking work, bro.
Fucking banana bread at work,
yeah.
dude. Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
And I hope that you
Hell
guys
yeah,
don't see
dude.
any fucking skunks. Cause hell no.
Hell no, dude.
And I hope
Hell no.
that you guys share this podcast. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking hell yeah, dude.
And like not sharing this podcast and keeping it to yourself? Hell no.
Hell no, dude. Fucking hell no.
Scene.
What you want? Hell yeah, let's go.
All right, I'll catch you, bro.
Jack. Shout out mental illness. Shout out mental illness. If you got a fucking mental illness, dude, turn up, dude.
All right, my bad. I'm back. What were you saying?
Shout out mental illness is from a song.
But I'm gonna share it right now anyway. So when I first moved back into Salinas, I was like, I need to go. You know the phrase, to get over someone, you need to get under someone new. So I was going on my dates, and this girl asked me, she's like, "Are you a serial killer?" And I was like, because every serial killer would say yes. And she's like, you right. And I was like, yeah, of course not. Like, I don't even remember where we were going. I was like, we're going like to dinner in a movie. I was like, I'll pick you up. And she's like, cool. So when we get there, I was like, oh, I'm at the car, and she lived in the on-campus housing. So like, there's all the key cards and stuff. So I couldn't go in and like walk her to the car. So she comes out, she sees me, she's walking over, and I popped the trunk. I was like, okay, get in. And the look on her face. I was like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. And she still got in the car. I
feel like that's a great opening, bro. I feel like that's class. Like that's what women want. Fucking humor and slight fear.
She still got in the car. And then when she gets to the car, I was like, it's okay if you think I'm a serial killer, just so you know there's a knife on your side right there. If you ever think that I'm going to kill you, feel free to grab that and use it. And she looks in there, and there actually was a knife. And she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, I might still kill you later. I don't know.
I feel like I don't know, bro. I feel like that's game. That's fucking game. That's like hook, line, sinker type shit.
Then weeks later, because we did date for a while, but like weeks later, she asked me about it. I'm like, she's like, so what would you have done if I did grab the knife? I'm like, oh, and I reach into my side door. I'm like, I would have grabbed this knife right here. She was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What would you have done if I did try to kill you? Defend myself? What's wrong with you?
You thought it was sweet out here?
You thought I wouldn't keep a knife? You might be a serial killer.
Like crazy, bro. You might be a serial killer.